The missing FIFA award, why some believe Lionel Messi deserves it. Should FIFA create an oldest player award? The case for Lionel Messi and football's forgotten legends. Every 4 years, the FIFA World Cup captures the attention of billions. Nations unite, dreams are born, heroes emerge, and one team earns the greatest prize in football. When the final whistle blows, celebrations erupt. The champions lift the trophy. Confetti fills the sky. History is written, but history is never the end of the story, because long after the medals have been presented, long after the stadium lights have gone out, and long after the champions have returned home, another competition begins. Not on the football pitch, but in the minds of football fans. It is a competition of opinions, of arguments, of endless debates. Every FIFA World Cup leaves behind questions that refuse to disappear. Who truly deserved the golden ball? Did the right player win the golden boot? Who was unfairly overlooked? Which referee changed history? Which decision still hurts an entire nation? For decades, these debates have become as much a part of the World Cup as the tournament itself. Some controversies lasted months. Others have lasted generations. Yet among all these debates, another question is beginning to emerge. A question not about goals, not about trophies, not even about who was the tournament's best player. Instead, it asks whether football has overlooked one of its greatest achievements. Because football is more than 90 minutes on a pitch. It is a story of triumph, a story of heartbreak, a story of sacrifice, and above all, a story of legacy. To preserve that legacy, FIFA created awards to honor excellence. The Golden Ball recognizes the tournament's best player. The Golden Boot rewards its top scorer. The Golden Glove celebrates the best goalkeeper. And since 2006, the Best Young Player Award has honored football's brightest emerging talent. It is a celebration of youth, of promise, of potential, of the future. But football is not only a story about beginnings. It is also a story about survival, about players who overcome devastating injuries, who adapt to changing managers' tactical revolutions, and entirely new generations of opponents, who remain among the world's elite not for one tournament, not for 4 years, but for decades. Many players shine once. Very few endure. Yet despite celebrating football's youngest stars, FIFA has never created an award to recognize those who master perhaps the hardest challenge in professional sport: longevity. Think about it. Young players represent football's future. Veteran players represent football's history. One symbolizes possibility. The other symbolizes perseverance. One fights to earn a place. The other fights every single year to keep it. Both inspire millions. Both define generations. So why is one officially recognized, while the other receives no recognition at all? Winning one FIFA World Cup is one of the greatest achievements in football. The willingness to sacrifice year after year while competing against players nearly 20 years younger. Across all sports, only a handful of athletes achieve that level of longevity. Yet football has never officially celebrated it. And that is where Lionel Messi enters the conversation. Few players embody longevity better. In Germany, in 2006, an 18-year-old, Messi stepped onto the World Cup stage carrying the hopes of Argentina. The world witnessed flashes of brilliance. Few could have imagined what would follow. Along the way came unforgettable victories, painful defeats, criticism, heartbreak, near misses, and relentless pressure unlike almost any footballer has ever experienced. Many stars disappear after one generation. Messi refused to. He transformed from a teenage prodigy to Argentina's captain, to a world champion while remaining one of football's defining players for nearly 2 decades. By 2026, almost 20 years after his World Cup debut, he was still competing on football's biggest stage. Whether or not that achievement deserves official recognition is where opinions begin to divide, because this conversation isn't only about Lionel Messi. It is about every footballer who defied time, every veteran who inspired one generation as a teenager, and returned years later to inspire that same generation as adults. Football remembers their goals. Football remembers their trophies. Football remembers their records, but perhaps it does not remember enough about their greatest achievement. Supporters of a new idea believe FIFA should introduce an Oldest Player Award, not to replace the Best Young Player Award, but to complement it. The youngest player represents where the journey begins. The oldest player represents how far the journey can go. One celebrates potential, the other celebrates perseverance. One honor tomorrow, the other honors a lifetime of excellence. Together, they would tell the complete story of a football career, from its very first chapter to its final pages. It is about recognizing a form of greatness that has always existed, but has never received official recognition. Remaining among the world's best for 20 years is one of the rarest accomplishments in professional sport. That is why some supporters describe the proposal as historical justice. If FIFA ever introduced such an award, Lionel Messi would naturally become one of the players most closely associated with it because of his extraordinary World Cup journey. This discussion reaches far beyond one man. It is about every footballer whose career spanned multiple generations, every player who refused to surrender to time, every legend whose greatest victory was not simply winning, but enduring. If FIFA believes extraordinary young players deserve recognition, should extraordinary longevity also be recognized? Should football honor not only the stars who represent its future, but also the legends who become part of its history?